Raquel Rodriguez just scored the most controversial victory of 2026, and I am furious that Big Mami Cool, who's been a mid-card Judgment Day enforcer with zero momentum heading into WrestleMania 42, needed the Kabuki Warriors to distract Iyo Sky at Madison Square Garden so she could hit the Tejana bomb for the cheap pinfall victory, all while the genius of the Sky suffered a terrifying botch that saw her land directly on her head during a suicide dive attempt to save Kairi Sane from Asuka's abuse on Raw the 30th of March 2026 in New York City. What should have been a showcase match for Iyo Sky instead became a nightmare scenario where Asuka turned on her damage control stablemate. Kairi Sane looked terrified of the Empress of Tomorrow, and Raquel capitalized on the chaos to steal a win she absolutely did not earn in the ring, leaving Iyo without a WrestleMania spot just 3 weeks before the biggest show of the year. And here's what has me absolutely enraged: this wasn't just outside interference, this was the Kabuki Warriors destroying the woman who's been their tag team partner for over a year, proving that damage control is imploding at the worst possible time while WWE gives Raquel Rodriguez undeserved wins. If you think Raquel deserved this victory or if you believe Iyo was robbed, drop your take in the comments right now, because what I'm about to break down will show you why this match exposed WWE's backwards booking. Part 1, the backstory Iyo vs Raquel rivalry begins. Before we get to the match, let me explain how we got here, because this feud started 2 weeks ago. March 16 Raw. Iyo stops Liv Morgan. On the 16th of March 2026 episode of Raw, Raquel Rodriguez faced Women's World Champion Stephanie Baker. According to WWE.com, 2026 Women's Royal Rumble winner Liv Morgan looked to get involved in her Judgment Day stablemate Raquel Rodriguez's match against Women's World Champion Stephanie Baker on the 16th of March episode of Raw. First trivia question for the comments: Raquel Rodriguez is a member of which faction in WWL? Name the group she's aligned with. Liv Morgan tried to interfere to help Raquel win, but then Iyo Sky ran out. However, Iyo Sky ran out to the ring to ensure that she couldn't interfere and took out Morgan. Iyo prevented the Judgment Day from stealing the match. This made Raquel furious at Iyo. The challenge. According to WWE.com, after blaming Iyo Sky for getting involved in her match against Women's World Champion Stephanie Baker on the 16th of March edition of Raw, Raquel Rodriguez will go one-on-one with the genius of the Sky. Raquel blamed Iyo for costing her the match. Even though Raquel lost clean without Iyo's help, the singles match was set for Madison Square Garden. Second question: Iyo Sky is known as the genius of the Sky. What is Iyo's finishing move called? Drop the name in the comments. Part 2, the match begins. Iyo's high-flying offense. Now let's break down the actual match at MSG. The opening. According to Wrestling Incorporated, the bell rings and Sky lands a dropkick on Rodriguez. Iyo started fast with her signature dropkick. According to Art Threat, Iyo landed an early colossal dropkick, but Rodriguez refused to stay down. Iyo was bringing the fight. The clothesline counter. But Raquel used her power advantage. She dumps her out of the ring and looks to fly through the middle rope, but Rodriguez catches Sky and levels her with a clothesline on the outside. According to WWE.com, Raquel Rodriguez countered Iyo Sky by picking her out of the air and leveling her with a clothesline outside the ring. Rodriguez caught Iyo mid-dive. Massive clothesline on the outside. Third question: Raquel Rodriguez stands 6'0" tall. Can you name at least 2 other WWE women's wrestlers who are 6 feet or taller? List them. Iyo's comeback. But the genius of the Sky didn't stay down. Sky dumps Rodriguez back out of the ring and takes flight to level Rodriguez on the outside. Iyo hit a suicide dive. She was building momentum. The commercial break. After the break, Iyo was still in control. Sky fires off forearms on Rodriguez. Sky lands a reverse hurricanrana on Rodriguez and follows it up with a double stomp. Iyo hit multiple forearms, reverse hurricanrana, double stomp. She went for the pin but Rodriguez kicked out. Fourth question: Iyo Sky has held how many championships in WWE? Count NXT, main roster tag titles, and singles titles. Give your total. Part 3, the Kabuki Warriors arrive. Asuka vs Kairi. This is where everything went wrong. The entrance. According to Wrestling Incorporated, Asuka and Kairi Sane run down to the ring. The Kabuki Warriors appeared, but this wasn't to help Iyo. This was Asuka controlling Kairi Sane. Kairi on the apron. According to ITR Wrestling, the Kabuki Warriors appeared, with Kairi Sane being visibly scared and bothered as Asuka would order her around. The pirate princess eventually climbed the WWE ring's apron after the Empress of Tomorrow's orders. Kairi looked terrified. Asuka was ordering her around like a slave. Iyo's concern. Sane hops up on the entrance ramp as she debates whether or not to attack Sky, but before she can, Rodriguez sends her crashing off the ring apron with a big boot. Kairi was conflicted. Should she attack her former damage control partner Iyo, or disobey Asuka? Iyo showed concern for Kairi. Fifth question. The Kabuki Warriors consist of Asuka and Kairi Sane. In which year did Kairi Sane first join WWE? Answer: 2017, 2018, or 2019. The distraction. Rodriguez kicked Kairi off the apron. Rodriguez sends her crashing off the ring apron with a big boot and rolls up Sky. Sky kicks out. Iyo kicked out of the roll-up. She hit a DDT off the top rope. Sky kicks out and lands a DDT on Rodriguez off the top rope. Bullet train. Then Iyo set up her signature corner attack. According to Yahoo Sports, the bullet train attack lands on Rodriguez in the corner. Iyo was about to win. She went over the moonsault, but Rodriguez got her feet up. Sixth question. Iyo Sky's moonsault finisher has different names. What is the moonsault called when she does it from the top rope? Answer in the comments. Part 4. The scary botch. Iyo lands on her head. Now here's the most terrifying moment of the match. Asuka berating Kairi. Outside the ring, Asuka was abusing Kairi Sane. According to ITR Wrestling, outside of the ring, the Empress of Tomorrow was seen to be reprimanding Kairi, which led to Iyo delivering a suicide dive. Iyo couldn't watch her friend being treated like this. She tried to save Kairi with a suicide dive. The horrific landing. But something went terribly wrong. According to Yahoo Sports, she goes for a suicide dive on Asuka and falls completely on top of her head. Oh my god, that was horrific. Hopefully, she didn't hurt herself badly there. That was serious compression. Iyo landed directly on her head. According to ITR Wrestling, unfortunately for the former WWE Women's World Champion, she landed straight on her head. Factor.co reported, in an attempt to intervene, Iyo Sky executed a suicide dive directed toward the floor to address the ongoing confrontation. The physical toll of the botch and the distract irons at ringside eventually proved too much for Sky. Seventh question. Iyo Sky has been a former WWE Women's Champion. At which premium live event did Iyo win her first WWE Women's Championship? Name the show. The aftermath. Fans were terrified for Iyo's safety. One fan tweeted, "I really hope Iyo is fine. That landing was scaring to watch." Yahoo Sports said, Iyo Sky nearly broke her neck Monday. Hopefully, she somehow absorbed this terrible fall like Fedor Emelianenko against Kevin Randleman, but by God, that was a horrific landing. But Iyo is a warrior. Still, she was able to get back on her feet and complete the match. She continued fighting despite the injury scare. Part 5. The finished Tejana bomb ends it. After the botch, Raquel capitalized on Iyo's weakened state. The final sequence. According to WWE.com, back in the ring, Rodriguez took advantage by lifting Sky with the Tejana bomb to get the win. Yahoo Sports described it, then Sky just gets back in the ring to lose to the Tejana bomb. Fairly anticlimactic. Iyo was too hurt from the botch. She couldn't defend against the Tejana bomb. Raquel got the 1-2-3. The controversy, but this win was stolen. According to Art Threat, this victory came with a heavy dose of controversial help, sparking debate among fans. Raquel only won because Asuka distracted Iyo by abusing Kairi. Iyo hurt herself trying to save Kairi. Rodriguez capitalized on an injured opponent. This was not a clean victory. Final question. Do you think Raquel Rodriguez deserved this win, or was Iyo Sky robbed by the Kabuki Warriors' interference? Give your honest take. Part 6. The aftermath. Damage control imploding. Now let's talk about what this match means. Iyo off WrestleMania 42. According to ITR Wrestling, Sky currently remains without a confirmed spot on the upcoming premium live event card following this latest defeat. Iyo has no WrestleMania match. Just 3 weeks before the biggest show of the year, she's been relegated to the pre-show or off the card entirely. Damage control falling apart. The bigger story is damage control imploding. Asuka is controlling Kairi Sane like a dictator. Iyo tried to save her friend and got hurt. The faction that dominated WWE in 2023 to 2024 is done. Raquel's undeserved push. Meanwhile, Raquel Rodriguez gets a win she didn't earn. According to Art Threat, Raquel Rodriguez needed faction help to beat Iyo Sky. She's being protected by bad booking. Conclusion: the most controversial win of 2026. Raquel Rodriguez defeated Iyo Sky on Raw the 30th of March 2026 at Madison Square Garden. But this wasn't a real victory. The Kabuki warriors interfered. Asuka abused Kairi Sane. Iyo tried to save her friend. She landed on her head during the suicide dive. Fans thought she broke her neck. She continued the match like a warrior, but Rodriguez hit the Tejana bomb on a hurt opponent. Raquel stole the win. Iyo is now off the WrestleMania 42 card. 3 weeks before the biggest show of the year, Damage Control is falling apart. Asuka is turning heel on her own partners. Kairi Sane is being controlled and abused. And WWE is pushing Raquel Rodriguez with cheap wins. This match exposed everything wrong with WWE's booking. Outside interference deciding matches. Talented wrestlers like Iyo being kept off WrestleMania. Fact irons imploding with no payoff. Dangerous botch that could have ended careers. Iyo Sky deserved better. She's one of the best in-ring performers in WWE, yet she has no WrestleMania match while Raquel gets undeserved pushes. Smash that like button if you think Iyo was robbed. Subscribe to Wrestling Zone 1 for WrestleMania coverage. Drop your takes. Should Iyo be on the WrestleMania card? Is Damage Control done? Will Asuka go full heel? Let's debate. I'll catch you in the next one.